I love folding phones and I think the Fold series from Samsung is great. And I'm sure you've seen enough videos with specs and comparisons, but to make sure that you don't buy this phone without knowing everything you need to know before you spend your hard-earned money, I'm not going to do a full review, but I'm going to just tell you the top 5 reasons to not buy the Z Fold 6. The first reason is the screen on the outside of the phone. They've made it a bit wider on the Z Fold 6 versus the 5, which has definitely helped it be a bit more usable, but it's still pretty tall and thin, making it harder to use with one hand and also not the best to view content on, which gets squeezed quite a bit, which basically means that you always have to open it up to use the second screen. Well, isn't always possible, especially if you're on the go, using it with one hand. Better form factor here is actually Google's Pixel Fold or even the OnePlus Open, which is much wider and much more useful on the outside. Okay, second, and this is a big one, there's no S Pen slot. Come on Samsung, people have been asking for this for 6 generations of this phone. Just give us the S Pen in the phone already. This phone is a tablet form factor when it opens, and the obvious use case to use it with is an S Pen to draw, to take notes, to mark up documents, and everything that a power user would do. Samsung Galaxy Note, the Samsung S24 Ultra all come with an S Pen that's super useful. But in the Fold, Samsung says that it needs every bit of the internals to use for the battery, the storage, and that's why they haven't put an S Pen slot again. Now, you can buy their slim case, which isn't very slim, with an S Pen slot, which is fine, but it adds to the bulk of the phone. It doesn't allow you to feel or show off its premium matte finish, and you have to pay more money for it. So honestly, it feels like a compromise. Third, and this is probably the most important one, the camera. The Z Fold 6 comes with the same camera system as last year's Z Fold 5 with some software updates. It has the same 50 megapixel main shooter, the 10 megapixel telephoto, the 12 megapixel ultra wide, and the 3x optical zoom that you got last year. Now, to be fair, the camera is not bad. It actually holds its own better than you would expect, as you can see in these photos. But the S24 Ultra is way better both on specs and on performance, and especially indoors in low lighting situations, the difference really starts to come out. And that compromise seems ridiculous given that the Z Fold 6 costs a whopping $99 a pounds or £1,64,000 rupees in India. And with an S Pen for over $50, a case for another $90, you're almost at $2,000 a pound. Man, that's a lot. That's almost 1.5 times the already expensive and premium S24 Ultra, which has got a better camera and an S Pen in it. Fourth, actually this one got covered in the third, damn it. But let me stress it again, the price. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Samsung, seriously, almost a $2,000 a pound entry-level phone with an S Pen? That's crazy. The OnePlus Open has a pretty compelling proposition for $1299. Now, before all the Samsung fans try to throw an S Pen at me, bro, I get it. Samsung is more premium, it's not OnePlus, but how about a foldable starting at $1,500? And then if you make me pay almost $2,000, at least give me a premium top-of-the-line experience on the one thing that everyone uses on their phones like crazy, the cameras. And last, there's still a big line on your screen, that horrible crease. It's still there. It's better apparently in the Z Fold 6 than the 5, but honestly it's still there. And this isn't a first or second gen device anymore. It's 6th gen, and it's a bit sad to see that the crease is broadly still there. Now, make no mistake, Samsung is way ahead of the game because Google only just released last year its hot mess of a first fold phone that you can't justify buying, but it's kind of nice in some ways. And the OnePlus Open is due a 2nd gen only later this year, and Apple hasn't even released one till now. So if there's one bit of tech where Samsung is way ahead, it's the foldable. But if we get rid of the competition, we still expect a really high bar from Samsung nowadays. And that years later, having a big ass line in the middle of the screen for a $2,000 device is, well, a bit disappointing. Which other features in the Fold do you think are a downer? Let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to cover them in my next video. See you there.